Hey there, my name is Alex, I am the Silver Mont, and in this video we're going to talk about Tomestones of Poetics in Final Fantasy XIV, and specifically what you should be spending them on. Disclaimer time. This video itself is not directly sponsored by Square Enix, however Square Enix did provide me with a game time code. That said, let's move on. Now hopefully you found this video by searching what to spend poetics on, but hey, if you have no idea what poetics are, I'll give a very quick breakdown. Final Fantasy XIV currently has 3 tiers of currency tokens that you can get from doing most content, such as dungeons, raids, and whatnot. These are called Tomestones. You can carry 2,000 at a time. Tier 1 have been poetics for years, whereas Tier 2 and 3 often change, and Tier 3 is often used to exchange for some of the best gear in the game. But yes, you can hold 2,000 poetics at a time, and you'll probably find yourself with more of them than you know what to do with. So, what to spend them on? What are some wise investments? First things first, if you're a new player, then you should probably be spending your poetics first off to buy gear. At level 50, you can obtain Ironworks gear with poetics, which is some of the strongest level 50 gear and will last you until level 60. Ironworks gear and accessories can be obtained from Oriana in Revenant's Toll. Weapons are also obtained here, but you'll need to buy tokens with poetics that you then exchange for the weapons, instead of flat out buying the weapons. I don't know why. You can also augment Ironworks gear in the North Shroud, which will add 10 item levels to the gear and also make it dyeable. The items used to augment are likewise bought with poetics. These items are carbon twine. You'll probably notice that you can only have one Ironworks ring, but you have 2 ring slots, right? Well, the best thing to do is have one augmented ring and one standard ring, as they count as different items, ergo they don't both count towards the unique requirement for rings. You'll want to do the same at level 60 and 70, with Shire gear and XIV gear respectively. Shire gear is bought in Idleshire, and likewise augmented in the same way, which is nice. Hismina is the NPC you're looking for. At level 70, you'll be getting XIV gear from Enna in Ralga's Reach. You can augment it in the same way, and in the future you will probably be able to do the same with level 80 gear in Yulmore. At time of writing, however, you can't buy level 80 gear with poetics. So you've bought all the gear you need, maybe even for all the other classes and jobs too, but you're still getting loads of poetics. What to spend them on? Well, if you aren't interested in anything else, then you can just buy demicrystals from Hismina in Idleshire and sell them for gil. But there's a lot of useful things you can buy with poetics that you might end up needing one day. Perhaps in the future you want to go for a relic weapon, for example. Well, these days, a lot of the relic weapon grind is just buying things with poetics, and a lot of them you can buy even if you aren't doing the relic weapon quest chain. So here's a list of some things that can be good to obtain, listed roughly in order of priority. And note that all of these items, unless specified, are obtained from either Oriana or Hismina. Now to start with, you have the Thavnarian Scale Powder from Oriana or Hismina. 250 poetics each, and having a stock of around 4 is ideal, as this will let you buy an extra relic weapon at level 80. Note this is subject to change in upcoming patches, but right now it costs 1,000 poetics or 4 powder per extra weapon. The first one is free. You will get it through the quest chain, but after that, if you want to buy more for other jobs and classes, you will need 1,000 poetics per weapon. That's 4 powder per weapon. But moving on, Umbrite from Oriana or Hismina, 75 poetics each, and you want to have a stock of around 70 Umbrites. Singing Clusters, 40 poetics each, you want to have a stock of around 50. Sacred Springwater from Oriana, 200 poetics each, you're gonna need around 4. Ether Oil from Oriana, 350 poetics each, having a stock of 5 is ideal. Archaic Ink from Oriana, 500 poetics each, 1 is enough. Thavnarian Mist from Oriana, 20 poetics each, having a stock of 3 is probably okay, with a little editor's note which we'll touch on momentarily. Now here are some other items that you can buy with poetics, but note there are other ways, often easier ways to obtain these items, but if you still have a surplus of poetics, you might want to consider the following, again listed roughly in order of priority. unidentifiable bone from Oriana Hismina. 150 poetics each, you want a stock of 10. Then we also have unidentifiable shell, ore, and seeds, all of which are 150 poetics each, and you're going to want a stock of 10 each. 10 shells, 10 bones, 10 ore, 10 seeds. Then we have Numite, 100 poetics each, you're going to want a stock of 15. Now note, for Numite, you can acquire it with Grand Company seals, which is the advised way to go about it. Now there is another material you may eventually want a great deal of, crystal sand. These can be obtained indirectly via poetics. 5 superior enchanted ink, 5 Thavnarian mist can be handed in for 2 sand. So in addition to those noted above, you may want to stockpile more. You would need roughly 175 superior enchanted ink and 175 Thavnarian mist if my calculations are correct. But do note, there is a much better way of getting crystal sand. Namely, you can hand in Rowena's tokens that are obtained via gathering and crafting scripts. If you don't know what scripts are, basically, if you start doing the delivery hand-in systems at like level 60, then you'll be getting them. So you might want to look that up, the delivery system, which is a very easy way to get scripts. But if you have no interest in gathering or crafting, then stick with the above, although I'd strongly suggest it. But again, if you want more detail on the crafting and scripts thing, either look it up or ask down below and I'll explain it to you in a comment. Another item that is bought with poetics would be mysterious maps from Oriana. These maps will lead you to a location in the world where you can open a chest which will have Alexandrite in. Do note, these are trivial to solo at higher levels, but it might be a little tough at level 50. You can hold 3 of these maps at once. Buy one, decipher it. Buy another one, place it in your chocobo saddlebags. Finally buy a third and store it in your bags. Each map will lead to 5 Alexandrite. You would need 75 for the relic weapon and 50 for the relic kettle. And I believe those are the only things that need Alexandrite in the game. And the kettle is an item you place outside your house if you ever buy one. But again, note, for the kettle quest, I believe you need to have completed the Zodiac weapon quest chain entirely. There are several other items you would need for relic weapons and the like. Most of these are very small purchases, usually less than 100 poetics each, and some can only be obtained once you reach that stage of the quest. But all of the things above are things you can just stockpile. Just stick them like in your retainer's inventory. Then if you ever decide to go for a relic weapon, be it the Zodiac level 50 or the Heaven's Ward level 60, it'll be really nice having all of these things stockpiled as you'll be able to cut out most of the grinding. Especially as you're going to be getting loads of surplus poetics, might as well stockpile some things you might one day need, right? Ignoring all of that, what are some other things you can buy with poetics? There are several minions and orchestrion rolls you can obtain from Oriana, such as the Wide-Eyed Fawn, the Dust Bunny, and so on. Generally, I would say once you've bought all of the minions and orchestrion rolls and the gear for your leveling classes, if you don't want to stockpile any of the, relic weapon materials, then just buy demicrystals and sell them for gil. You can also buy, for example, Ironworks gear or Shire gear and then hand it in for Grand Company seals. That about covers it though, and if you have any questions, please do feel free to ask. I hope this video was useful, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.